All right, thanks for joining us, everybody. We are here live. It is Art to Art. We've got Belinda Bailey with us. She creates miniature sets, and they're basically just called miniatures, right? That's the term.
They are. They're just miniatures. They have been around for 5,000 years. The Egyptians made them, little small ones to put in their boats. They put in their pyramids. They put in middle of boats, little furniture, little carvings of their servants, anything that make them happy. Well, they said you can't take it with you, but they could. At that point, they put them in there because they're so small. But it's been around for years. It makes people happy, makes people smile. Just love them.
Awesome, absolutely great stuff. We're glad to have you here today. How are you today? We know that you got library exhibit.
I am fantastic. Yeah. The sun is shining, the birds are singing. I love it.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a great day. We are looking forward to this nice weather, getting out into it and everything like that. You have an exhibit coming up at the Poplar Bluff Library, right? What's the story there?
I do. I have about 30 different miniatures there. There's something for everybody from 2 years old to 102. It's something that I love to do. I love to repurpose items that I find, and let's say it's a clock. Well, then I collect all the little things that would go into a clock, like a clockmaker would repair, or it be like a clock that has just a little miniature scene that can make somebody just look at it and just smile and make their life a little bit happier. It's just one of those things that, for some reason, a miniature of anything, even yourself, makes you laugh or smile.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I think it's a lot. Everything's brought down to a different scale, and that's just I think helps really change the way you're looking at things. What inspired you to get into this?
Well, as of 2020, we are all kind of stuck at home. I have a nice little wood shop that I do woodworking stuff in, and some steampunk and repurposing, which I love to do. And my mother's always been a big part of miniatures. Everywhere she would go, she would collect some unique items to put in her doll houses, which seemed like at the time it was for old ladies, and I didn't really thought it would be something I would enjoy. And it turns out there are so many different to pick from. It doesn't have to be a dollhouse that everybody's from the 1900s and scrubbing floors and what you think of a dollhouse being. I have one now that I'm redoing. It is a Franklin Mint ceramic one. I've got online at Marketplace. It actually including the furniture. So some of it can be very expensive. I got it for $100, and I'm super psyched about it. It had been sitting in the sun, and so the wallpaper had faded, the floors had faded, so I am currently in remodeling it. So I'm thinking, just like an Airbnb, when you have something like that, you would make it just as beautiful, and whatever makes you happy, whether it be the fuzzy pillows or the TVs on the wall, anything, I just love redoing it, and I would do it just like that. Each piece is different. You can recreate anything you want, and you can get them anywhere from $1.25 at the Dollar Tree to $150 to $500 online from Etsy and all that. So, like I said, I give a lot of credit to my mother, though.
Certainly, and you mentioned some of that before about this long tradition that it has. Changes or innovations, do you see?
In the 50s or the 40s or, in 1900s is what you think of, just everybody wearing these dresses and everything Southern or whatever. I don't see it like that at all. That's not my miniature bed with the comforter that you would see at Target. Just a replica of it, just buying a scrap of material, which you're talking on a cell phone. I am currently building a log cabin, and it's going to be the kind that's been chinked. When we put it together, my husband helped me put it together. I have all the old stuff, brand new. It's a purse shop on, Fifth Avenue. You can do anything you want. It's just something that you put your imagination to, and it's a great gift. That person like to do, whether it be hunting or fishing or crocheting. They'll get a lantern and they'll put everything that's miniature in there, whether it be a little seat, and just surround them, memory for them to look at. Yeah, I remember Mom, she was always crocheting or she's always cooking. It's just a little simple reminder, but it's just so small it makes you smile when you look at it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that this is one that you had noted here at the beginning of another flurry of pictures that you had noted was one of your favorites. And I love this one. This is so cool. And that's a miniature radio, I think it was that.
Yes, it was a miniature radio that was made for a friend of mine, Cindy. She's a massage therapist here in town, And I gave it to her just as a present because she's such a great person and she does so much for other people. And that stuff gives me joy, to give them this, to say, listen, thank you for all you've done. I don't know if you get told or not, but you are amazing and thank you for what you do. For some reason, those miniatures just, it fills them with joy, and it makes me happy, makes them happy. It's a win-win. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And out of curiosity with this, and you mentioned some of that business side of things with regards to it being online. How much of it is business? How much of it is just the art that draws you to it? What's that sort of look like for you? What's the balance there?
All right. Well, I don't know if you've seen the one I made for my son. It was actually a sewing machine covers from 1900. It was on one of the sewing machines that sit on top of it, and it looked exactly like a small building that you would see downtown. And so when I purchased it online, like I said, it's marketplace, so it was local. I picked it up. I think I paid $50 for everything, and was able to use the stand, the feet for different things, and then the top, I was able to be able to cut into and make a door, the windows, and a skylight so you could look down and see all the little things inside. And you can just have this in your office to make you happy, but it also, when somebody else is kind of waiting in there and they're looking at all the little miniatures, they just can't help but be happy, and they forget they're waiting.
Absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. What are there any other angles to it that might surprise people? They may not think about the creation of this or the use of this, putting that out there, that maybe they don't know from the outside perspective.
Well, I think a lot of people are just intimidated, thinking you have to make everything at first, and you don't. You don't have to make anything. The very first one I did, I went to Hobby Lobby. I went in and I found pieces that made me happy, flowers, and I found a terrarium, and it was 40% off or 50% off, and I filled it with just things I love. I put grass at the bottom. I redid a dresser, which, just paint. You can get that all at the Dollar Tree. Everything is amazingly cheap if you want to go there, because they've got furniture, they've got paint, they've got everything you need to get started. So, for under $10, you can make whatever you wanted. And I used a lot of things that I have around the house, so I don't have to have necessarily another vessel to put it in. I can find something that either I was going to put in a yard sale or donate and go, I could do something with that. And then that's what it turns into, something just like that.
All right, awesome. Is there anything else that you wanted to mention today before we wrap up?
Oh, I want to thank the Poplar Bluff Library, because they helped me out and let me put electricity to all the little guys there. So some of them are all cute without any electricity, but when you have a building or something that it's really lights up, and some of them are like, $5, and they had a little battery that comes with them, and it lights up the little area, and it's just so cute, and it just adds so much character to it, makes it more real.
For sure. All right, Belinda Bailey, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate you making the time.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it. You have a wonderful day.
All right, you too. And thank you to our audience as well. We appreciate